RangerStop and Pop here in Atlanta, 2025. Will this be the very last one ever? Who knows? Hopefully not. But I am a little starstruck right now. And before I start fumbling any words, I'm going to give you an introduction to my very next guest, sitting right here to my left, to your right. Today's guest is a true voice acting legend. You definitely heard her before, even if you didn't know it at the time. She gave us one of the most iconic villain voices of our childhood, Rita Repulsa from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That screechy make your monster grow voice, this was her. But Barbara Goodson's career spans way beyond Power Rangers. She's voiced characters across Naruto, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And so many anime and video games, she practically has the blueprint down for how to do this business. And honestly, after going back and rewatching Power Rangers, as I always do, I gotta say, Rita hit hard. She was the OG boss. She was pure chaos and in the best way possible. Barbara brought her life with such intensity and fun that she basically stole every scene, which you did, by the way. Barbara, thank you so much for being here on the RSP Lounge. Again, I'm a little starstruck, but it happens maybe once every so often. How are you feeling? How is everyone in there treating you?
Oh, it's wonderful. Seeing the old people that I've seen before, the old guard, seeing the new people when they're kids that are now watching it and liking it. It's just so heartwarming, and it's just an unbelievable experience.
And who else would they put you next to than Kerrigan? Am I right?
Kerrigan.
He's literally right. Who played Goldar, by the way?
Wow.
He's literally right next to you. So you guys are one alike, huh?
We're dear friends. We've done so many voices before Power Rangers.
Wow, really?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you mind, like, if I dig into this? How was?
Oh gosh, there was something called.
So you guys did this
Hello,
together?
Spencer. We were doing voiceovers. We were doing Spanish dubs into English back in the day. We were doing Tom Sawyer for Saban. We were doing Robotech.
Yes, okay, that sounds
We've
familiar
done
to
so
me.
many.
Yes.
I mean, I can't do the list because my brain doesn't work. But go to Google.
Yeah, Google's our best friend.
Kerrigan and I go back before Power Rangers a long
That's
time.
awesome. That's something I didn't know, and I'm glad to know that we have that.
Axelrod and all, the whole gang.
Let's go all the way back real quickly for our fans maybe who haven't heard the story. Do you remember the exact moment that you found out you booked the role as Rita Repulsa?
It's a long story. I was given the role because I was in their wheelhouse, their stable. Yeah, I was already doing, as I said, Tom Sawyer, and I was known for the little boy voices. We started with Three Little Pigs, actually, as a boy voice.
Wow.
But, I did women too, so they said, Barbara, pick up the villain voice for this. And they directed me as the Wicked Witch of the West. So I did Rita as, I'll get you, my pretty. And then they fired me.
Really?
They said that the feeling was it wasn't scary enough. I said, "What? Wait a minute. You directed me to do that voice. Let me do a scarier voice." No, we're gonna have a big audition and get us somebody here. Open it up. I said, "Well, may I audition again?" So they let me audition again, and I said, "You want it scarier?"
That is...
And they gave me my role back.
That voice just brought...
Yeah, I broke a few microphones in the beginning. They worked it. They figured it out.
I'm glad you brought that up, the voice. Let's talk a little bit about it. How did you come up with that wild energy, that signature
I was pissed off for being fired.
Oh, so that was just raw emotion thrown right back at you.
Yeah, I mean, they gave me the opportunity to really be pissed off.
Would you give that advice now for anyone trying to get into the voiceover business? Just like, hey, just whale them?
Yeah, except it wasn't something I was manufacturing and thinking about. It was organic, and I knew they wanted something scarier, and I knew I had something else in me.
Yeah,
I'm a utility actor.
Yes,
I
right.
do, the span of characters and dialects. So I just picked another character.
You killed it. That's all I gotta say. Rewatching the show now as an adult, it's clear that Rita's over-the-top drama, just like as you mentioned, was pure perfection. Did you know she'd become this iconic mainstay in Power Rangers 30 plus years later?
Oh, no, if I could say that. I mean, they ran out of footage. I was dubbing the same footage with different dialogue in it, which was terrible dubbing because they had to keep the storyline going. They ran out of Rita footage, so they brought in Lord Zed, and then people were saying, you know, he's a little too edgy. We want to bring Rita back. And I actually sent a postcard saying, out of work Empress seeks employment. And so that was kind of cute. And I auditioned as Rita in the beginning. I wore the costume once.
Really?
I have a picture of it at my table. And it was so heavy, and thank God I didn't get the job because Carla rocks it.
Carla, yeah.
She looks like Machiko Soga looked younger, and they did a storyline where she took a youth potion, but the voice had already been so established.
Yes. Yeah.
I dubbed Carla. I dubbed all the women that were in the movies. I mean, me and Julia Cortez.
Yes, yeah.
And I did the woman from the Universal show, and I've done Robo Rita.
Yeah, yeah.
So I am the iconic voice, but I never did wear that costume except once.
Tell me about that. They come back, they're, doing this once and always.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Did they just say, hey, we need you for this role? Are you available?
Yeah. And then I said, go to my agents. I am not dealing with you and money anymore. I don't want to play this game. And they accepted, what my agent said, and I went in and did it. And they had the screaming, and I said, let's hold that to the end because you have a lot of that. And if I have it in me to do it after 2 hours of a lot of dialogue, we'll do it. And my voice held up.
I'll tell you what, from the minute you hear it, you don't sound any different than you did 30 years ago. Like, it just hit.
It's
right
still there.
Point.
And that's, by the grace of God, my voice is still there.
That's amazing.
And the only change was she was darker. I mean,
yes, she was. Yes.
I mean,
Meaner.
she
like
killed Tree.
Yeah. And she was like, there was stabbing and all kinds of. If anyone hasn't watched it, spoiler alert.
Sorry for the. Oh, I mean, I just ruined it. But sorry. But I had to follow the direction, and I went darker with it.
I'll tell you what, it was so good to know that it was you behind the mic when that all came back around and they were talking about it. And I was like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And having you come back, I mean, you've spanned generations.
Thank you.
Because as me watching it, my kids watched it, right?
Yeah.
They're in their 20s now. And now, eventually they'll have kids. The show's still rolling.
Anywhere I know, and now it's on another channel, and another channel.
Yeah.
It keeps going somewhere
and everything's
else.
streaming, so someone will eventually catch on.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Finally, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're super busy. Can you tell us about any upcoming projects or characters, or did you say I'm retiring? This is it, or what's going on in your life?
Why would I retire what I love?
There you go.
I'm on Dandadan on Netflix as Turbo Granny and Lucky Cat, the Turbo Granny cat.
Yes.
And people say, oh, I hear Rita in there. Well, it is the same vocal instrument. So, but she's fun. They're doing Turbo Granny and a lot of other things. Now the video game strike is over, thank you, God.
Yes.
And I turned down World of Warcraft after 20 years because of the strike.
Wow.
I think they replaced me, I don't know. But at least we're back.
You turned it down.
I turned it down. It was the right thing to do because of AI.
Yes.
You know anything about that?
Yes.
Very, tough stuff.
That world is unfortunately creeping in the wrong direction.
Stealing voices and not paying you and not giving you the permission to say no.
Correct.
But I think it's okay. I think we're headed in the right direction with the union. And anyway, so video games, and I can't mention certain things, but I'm working.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing some more anime and stuff. But watch Dandadan second season.
There you go, guys. Like I told you from the minute I got on, I was going to be starstruck. I'm still starstruck. I'm going to be starstruck just because you were the voice that scared the living crap out of me as a kid growing up, and plenty of other kids. The heart still races, everyone. The heart still... Barbara, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, this is RangerStop and Pop in Atlanta 2025. This is the RSP Lounge. Keep on watching our videos. We got way more interviews and way more fun. Thank you all. We'll talk soon.